Okay, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
It is Monday,
All day.
Labor Day. Happy Labor Day, everybody. And 8 months down, 3/4 of the way done with this year. Jeepers, this year went fast.
Very.
Today, Jesus appears to 7 disciples. John chapter 21, starting at verse 1. Later, Jesus appeared again to the disciples beside the Sea of Galilee. This is how it happened. Several of the disciples were there: Simon Peter, Thomas, nicknamed the Twin, Nathanael from Cana in Galilee, the sons of Zebedee, and 2 other disciples. Simon Peter said, "I'm going fishing." "We'll come too," they all said. So they went out to the boat, and they caught nothing all night. At dawn, Jesus was standing on the beach, but the disciples couldn't see who it was. He called out, "Fellows, have you caught any fish?" "No," they replied. Then he said, "Throw out your net on the right side of the boat, and you'll get some." So they did, and they couldn't haul in the net because there was so many fish in it. Then the disciple Jesus loved said to Peter, It's the Lord." When Simon Peter heard that it was the Lord, he put on his tunic, for he had stripped it for work, jumped into the water, and headed to shore. The others stayed with the boat and pulled the loaded net to the shore, for they were only a few hundred yards from the shore. When they got there, they found breakfast waiting for them: fish cooking over a charcoal fire and some bread. "Bring some of the fish you've just caught," Jesus said. So Simon Peter went aboard and dragged the net to the shore. There were 153 large fish, and yet the net hadn't torn. Now come and have some breakfast," Jesus said. None of the disciples dared to ask him, "Who are you?" They knew it was the Lord. Then Jesus served them the bread and the fish. It was the 3rd time Jesus had appeared to his disciples since he had been raised from the dead. Now the commentary. This chapter tells how Jesus commissioned Peter. Perhaps Peter needed special encouragement after his denial. He may have felt completely worthless. Verses 1 through 14 set the scene for Jesus' conversation with Peter. Only John, the disciple Jesus loved, recognized Jesus in the dim morning light, undoubtedly because Jesus had performed a similar miracle earlier in Luke chapter 5, verse 1 to 11. So it's hard to deny the resurrection of Jesus when he's out there cooking breakfast for his disciples.
Right.
And the other miracle of, we got this gigantic Sea of Galilee, and you couldn't catch any fish over the left side of the boat, so let's just throw it over the right side of the boat, which to you and I would make absolutely no sense.
Right.
Why does it matter? It's all one big sea.
And it was overly full, and the nets didn't break.
Of big fish.
Yeah, and they didn't break.
Yeah.
The one thing I liked is in the commentary it mentioned that Peter was doubting, and this was like Jesus reaffirming he's okay. Jesus can still use us even though we've messed up.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter how big or how small we consider our mess up, Jesus can still use us for the greater good of God's kingdom.
And it says right here, when Simon Peter heard that it was the Lord, so he heard his voice and immediately just went towards him. So he knew he messed up, but God called him. He heard his voice. He didn't
deny him anymore. He wasn't running.
Yeah, he didn't run away from him. He wasn't freaking out about it. He said, "Okay, here I come."
Yep.
And that's the attitude we need. Yeah, we mess up. There's absolutely no doubt about it. We're going to mess up. But we don't run from the Lord. We run to the Lord and that kind of thing. Okay, hope everybody has a glorious Labor Day, and we'll talk to you later.